Hello, skateboarders. Welcome to TSM Live Show, Season 6, Episode 4. I'm your host, Tommie Zam. This episode, we got Rowdy the Dachshund. We're on Resurrecion. You guys ready to get this show started? Yeah. Let's do this.
Bones, big balls. Setting up this today. Gonna get a session. We here at Jake One. To let you know how I set up my bearings. Let's get it.
Hey, Rowdy. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Well, this is Rowdy the Dachshund right here. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Tommy.
How you guys doing? How was the trip up?
Lovely. Nice little drive coming up here. We don't really come up to Oceanside, so it was nice to come and visit you guys.
It's a nice little drive. It's beautiful around here. I know, Rowdy, right? You're liking it, huh? He even said, he's like, I love it.
Once you see the boobs, we're here.
Yeah. He said, I'm good. So so you guys both skateboard, right?
Yep.
So how'd you guys get into it?
Well, I grew up skateboarding pretty much at a young age, all around the Hollywood area. That's where I kind of grew up. I got a board around, I would say like 8 years old. I got a little...
There we go, there you go.
Rowdy?
Rowdy's just trying to spice things up here.
Yeah. Warming it up.
Warm it up. There you go. You tell him, Rowdy. You tell him. That's right. That's right. I know.
As you can see, her name suits her well.
Right. So you got Hollywood?
Yeah, I grew up in the Hollywood area, kind of moved around a lot. I would say one of my first boards was a little Dickie Sporting Goods, a little
sick.
bunk skateboard, you know?
Yeah.
That was my first introduction to skateboarding, but overall, I grew up around skateboarding. Grew up in the Hollywood area, around Fairfax. There was a lot of skateboarders. You kind of saw, I was young, but you figured who was pro, who was kind of, good. I grew up also idolizing the artwork of skateboarding as far as I had these binders, and they always had the hookups, the blind, the world in the street.
Hookups.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember those.
So I think skateboarding's always been around me, and I kind of just fell in love with the artwork, most importantly.
Dude, that's awesome. And then how did you get into skateboarding?
I grew up racing motocross, so
No
I was
way.
always
Seriously?
into I was always into anything X Games related. So usually when they would have freestyle motocross events and they started getting into it, I would go check out the skateboarders, and I was just like, dude, this is just as badass, but they got no engine.
And then you saw him, you're like, okay, he's badass. I'm gonna be with this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Love at first sight.
We met in woodshop.
Really?
Yeah.
How? Tell me about that story.
Yeah.
Who asked who first?
We've actually known each other for a minute, and since 8th grade, we went to the same high school, middle school was combined. It felt like jail, honestly, doing time there. Yeah, we met in 8th grade. We kind of had mutual friends. We kind of just, high and by. I would say maybe around 11th grade, we started talking a little more. We kind of, spiced things up, moved up. I asked her out. And ever since we've been us together.
Hell yeah. So
13 years.
Hold on, so y'all been together since 11th grade?
12th grade.
12th grade?
Yeah.
So high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rowdy's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
She's like, enough of this talk.
She's like, I'm done with this.
Come here.
But that's cool. So how'd y'all guys meet up with Rowdy? Or how'd y'all get Rowdy? Was it like a...
I honestly think it was a spur of the moment decision where we were kind of looking to expand our animal family. We had a fish and we had a cat, and I think we were ready for a dog, and he was ready for a big dog, and I was like, yo, let's try something smaller first.
Medium size maybe?
See how it works. And we went to a...
But we gotta be realistically, we live in an apartment. We can't really have a big dog. They're a lot of energy,
Yeah.
So by fate, somehow, miracle, we came across Rowdy. It was a Craigslist. It was a Craigslist ad that we answered, and She was the last one into the litter. We had to take a drive all the way to
Like Hesperia.
Hesperia, and we had to go pick her up. She had hit me up right after work, like, "Yo, we got this dog. I don't know, what are you thinking?" And you know, like when she said the word dog, I was like, "I'm in."
You're like, I'm
yeah.
in. You're like, all right, I'm done with cats. I'm done with fish.
Yeah.
I'm doing the dog.
For me, I'm more of a dog person.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like, I don't know. Since I've been a kid, I've always had a bond with dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know. They understand you. You can see into their soul by their eyes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I don't know. It's just something that, you know, you have to kind of have with them.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you on that. You know, I mean, dogs are a whole different type of breed. They're like another, you know, I call them kids. They're like our kids. You know.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Carrying her in a bag, sneak her into movie theaters.
Are y'all
yeah.
sneaking them in the movie theater?
Yeah.
Oh, she goes everywhere with us.
Really? That's awesome, dude.
Bowling alleys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Restaurants.
Restaurants?
Yeah.
Dang. So how'd y'all get her into skateboarding? Tell me the story on that. How'd she start finding her love with skateboarding?
I think it was just taking her everywhere with me. She's so kind of needy. You can't really leave her alone. So one day I just took her to the skate park, and you know, she saw me doing my thing. She was kind of like, "What the hell is this all about?"
She's really smart though. She's got like a mind like a sponge where she'll absorb anything around her, like whether that's like good behavior or bad
Yeah.
behavior. So
She
us
picks
sitting
up on
on
bad
the,
behavior real quick.
yeah.
That's right, dude.
So
And-
she's always been really acquainted with the skateboard. Like when we first got her, she was about like 9 weeks old. And she was eating through everything.
Really?
So we were like, dude, we got to get some kind of gate system or something to kind of block her in. And we had nothing but skateboards around the apartment. So we were like, we
Old,
got to.
used, new, still in plastics.
We were like, we got to kind of fence her in because she's like chewing through the moldings and she's getting into the cat litter box.
Oh, no.
Still
Even
in-
areas that you wouldn't even think of or imagine of, like she was
It's
getting in there.
She was tiny. She was probably about like 4 pounds at most.
What?
And so we put the skateboards everywhere, and she started getting a little bit bigger to the point where she just started flicking them over, like flicking them over and
like
sitting,
pushing them over?
pushing them over and sitting on them. And
What?
I was like, dude, what are we gonna do? Take her to the skate park.
Yeah. And then, so that's how she got introduced to the skateboarding. That's so rad. I mean, it's so cool. I mean, I remember seeing her on her, you know, on her Instagram and stuff like that. I think it was like, I was like, dude, this dog skateboards. Because there's another one too, that's a dachshund too that skated. That was what was his name? I think it was a filmer for Baker.
Murdy
Yeah.
is like
Murdy, yeah.
a Chihuahua, I think.
Yeah,
Chihuahua Papillon mix, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her favorite skater.
Oh,
for
really?
sure.
That's,
Yeah.
they're homies?
Yeah, they actually had a little skate date together. It was
Really?
cool.
Are you
So
serious?
during the pandemic was probably the first time we ever got to run into Beagle, and it's just like the biggest heart ever.
Little fun fact, it was at our high school, which was like, I don't know, to me it was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like a cool little moment for us, seeing them like their tails wagging. It's kind of like they got on the cruiser together. It was really cool.
Your tail's wagging too when you guys
Yeah.
got together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It was really nice. It was cool to see like two dogs that are like true skateboarders,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like nowadays a lot of people get dogs, right? A lot of people get dogs for the purpose of like trying to teach them to
Yeah.
skate or to go internet viral, and that's like the one thing that we try to like stay away from the most is anytime that she's not feeling something or anytime that she's just not vibing, like we just like pull her back. And so sometimes I feel like she's just really popular just overall, but she loves skateboarding for sure.
Oh, I know, it's rad, dude. It's so rad to see like dogs skateboarding. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It's crazy to see her overcome certain obstacles and her fear, you know? It's like
Yeah.
it's such a trip. And skateboarding, like it's
Exactly.
like, yeah, it's like it's a trip. And it's like even if you spend a day with her, you really get to know the real Rowdy. And
Yeah.
It's
This
incredible.
is the Rowdy right here.
Yeah, but it's incredible because it's like it's our dog, and sometimes we go home like, damn, this is Rowdy.
Yeah. This is like the one and only.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna run around real quick. Well, you guys have a skateboard video with her.
Yeah.
Tell us about this video we're about to watch.
Yeah, so that's a day in the life of Rowdy. Usually hitting up parks, just me being her filmer. It's been a treat to fucking film her, man. It's definitely an experience, definitely something new because it's a smaller object. So it's, I don't know. I'm just always having a blast out there with her, dude.
Hell yeah.
Like
So who films you? Both you guys?
Me. Yeah.
Okay. You're the professional filmer for Rowdy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
At this point, I always tell you, you're kind of getting the inside scoop on her home videos because everything that we love and we share is kind of what everybody gets to see.
Yeah.
Little snippets of her like at the skate park, or she loves hitting the beach. She's usually at Venice Beach pretty often. And
She's become a local there now.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
is. Okay.
she likes to watch all the girls shred, especially since she's like one of the few skater dachshunds out there that's a female. We're always just like trying to support the women in skateboarding, and just she loves it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, you guys ready to show this video?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we
Hope
go,
you
world.
enjoy.
Here we go, world. Rowdy the Dachshund video right here. Let's check it. Dude, that was a dope ass video, dude.
Thank you.
That was a dope video, Rowdy. Here we go. Give you a little pound over there. Dude, that was sick, dude. Like just seeing him her skating around and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So how'd you guys get her on those ramps, like going up and down the ramps and stuff?
She's always kind of been able to balance herself, so I think it was just kind of presenting like, you down to hit this, Rowdy? And just kind of, I think she really builds off of like words of affirmation. So if you hype her up, I think she kind of like picks up on the vibe around her, and she's really smart though. I think she sees other people skateboarding and just intuitively she knows.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
she knows.
Even we're at home, she'll hear her skateboarding outside.
She's like,
Yep, right on the window. Just like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
that's funny. And she has her own pro shoes too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. Right here. Look at this. S Sells Rowdy Pro Shoes. You guys want to talk about it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we had the pleasure of Don Brown hitting us up, and he, at first we thought it was a joke because we got this DM from a random person. We're like, sometimes we get a lot of spam, so we just can't, this day and age, you gotta know what's what. And he's told us, can your dog skate for us, or kind of like promote the shoe for us, and we're just kind of
nobody had ever heard of a dog skateboarding shoe
No,
before,
I'd never
so
heard
it's
it
like,
either.
what? I was like, this dog skateboarding shoe, did you see this message? Somebody wants her to skate a shoe, is this real? And we hit up Andy Anderson, and I was like, Andy Anderson, like is this real? Like, does this sound right about right? And he's like, yeah, it's legit. So we're like, hell yeah, let's do it.
And it turns out Andy actually threw us a bone, literally, and he told Don Brown about Rowdy, so, here we are now.
You see that, guys, right here. Rowdy SXLs right here. And where can they get them at?
skateboarding.com.
You hear that right here. So if you got a skate dog, right here. One and only. What do you think, Rowdy? You approve? Okay. Rowdy approves on these right here.
Hopefully new color wave in the future.
New colorway?
Yeah.
What colorway?
No, we're just throwing that out there.
I'm about to say, what colorway?
We keep saying Don Brown and Rowdy Black.
Rowdy, there we go. That'll be back. That'll be, all black, a little white right there.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be sick, dude. Rowdy, what do you think?
What do you think, Rowdy?
She's like, I don't know, man. I just want that treat. And then, before we take off, so like, you guys have like a lot of followers, and do y'all get like a lot of companies and stuff like that that hit you guys up? It's like, oh, can your dog skates, and can you promote our shampoo or
Definitely, with having a dog like that,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. We've actually had the pleasure to work with Amazon, Greenies, the tree
Oh yeah,
company.
work at Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rad.
So they actually did this trunk fest during the pandemic, or before the pandemic, and they hit us up. We actually ran into someone working at Amazon, working that event, and they saw Rowdy on her board. We're actually doing our own thing, skateboarding,
Yeah.
and someone from afar was kind of like, "Is that a dog skateboarding?" And they actually came to us and was kind of like, they wanted to know what Rowdy was all about, and they got to feel her. They were like, "You mind working with us? You know, shooting maybe a commercial or something." And eventually they actually built her own ramp, which was pretty cool at Costa Mesa at the Volcom Skate Park.
Really?
Yeah.
What? How big was the ramp?
It was
Like a dog size or?
That was pretty big.
Yeah, it was actually really big. It had her name. It had two sides and it just had the middle.
What?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Well, right. Well, you guys want to show her skateboarding?
You want to ride on your
All right,
skateboard?
yeah.
Look at, we got your board right there, Rowdy. You want to
Well,
skate?
yeah.
skate.
We'll show you guys some skateboarding. We'll show some Rowdy's tricks.
You gonna skate? They can't skate in the grass really right here, but she loves it. I think this is just kind of her safe space.
Dude, that's so rad. What? It's so rad that she just stays on the board.
You like that?
You want to do it again, Rowdy? Yeah, that's so rad.
Yeah, Rowdy.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely. Rowdy, you killed it. Definitely. Come here, buddy.
Come on, Rowdy.
Oh, she's like, I'm out of here. Peace. I'm going to go skate.
Yep,
Well, thanks, guys, for coming on the show.
for sure.
Thank you.
And coming up next is Ron Resurrecion. What's up, Ron? How you
Hey,
doing, man?
what's happening?
Good.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
How was the ride up?
Ride was great. Always enjoy that 5 freeway up until about the traffic area that happens, which happens every time I drive up.
Right there at Oceanside.
Yep, but I get a nice view of the ocean and what I like to call the ocean boobies.
Oh, yeah, an ocean.
The big.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
At nighttime, they turn red.
Oh yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes. But it's a nice drive up until the traffic area, but it happens. You know, everyone who's local from here knows that. But
I know when
great.
when I come from OC up this way, I always have to work that time.
Yep.
Like up 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta wait for a little bit.
But nighttime, fly right back. It's great.
9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's when I go back.
That's the worst when you're coming up here.
Yeah.
Hey, you did a day in life with us.
I did.
You
I
want
did
to
actually.
check this out?
Let's check it out.
Let's check out Ron's day in the life.
As I'm skating down the street. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right,
Look at
good,
that
man.
bone stout, dude.
Yeah,
Sick.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
You ready for today?
Ready.
Let's
Ready.
do it, man.
We'll cruise back to the house, and my homie's staying, so
Okay.
we'll just get him ready and get out. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's do it.
You want to check the? I have to park one of my cars out here,
Yeah.
but it's the Capeline car. See, it's dirty. It's definitely dirty. Because it sits out here most of the time, but there you go.
That's the Capeline car?
I don't even know if you knew what Capeline was, but Capeline's my brand that I do on the side. But I've been doing it since 2007.
Nice, man. Nice.
Still here. How's the drive?
Oh, it was pretty decent. It was 30 minutes.
Nice. My cool little pool that I have yet to swim in.
Oh, wow. Nice, man.
Little tour.
Yeah.
rail I back nose blended. No, I'm sorry.
You back nose? I was about to say. This rail's a go though. It looks like a go.
Yeah, it's nice, and this in my younger days would be something I would have skated.
Yeah.
For sure.
This looks cool, man. Michael.
What's up,
Michael.
Kevin?
Nice meeting you, bro.
Michael. This is my little place here. My loft. No, just joking. This is my 2-bedroom spot. Used to be just me and my daughter. Now daughter lives, you know, elsewhere with mom. But she's still over here everywhere. But let's see here. Let's start with the favorite art piece. This is it. Collage of my daughter. Pretty cool. All the pictures. I always wanted to do that. Charlie Chaplin, because I'm a big Charlie Chaplin guy. Star Wars, because I'm a Star Wars guy. Father-daughter moment right there. This is the most utilized thing in my house, the TV and the couch.
Fun fact, doesn't every Filipino family have a TV in like every room or something?
Yes, and I do, as a matter of fact. And I do. I'm gonna put one here in the this is my office space, which don't pay attention to the mess.
You got Street Fighter right there?
Yeah, that's my second favorite thing.
That's crazy.
Obviously Filipino, so Street Fighter has to exist in the house. This is going to be the wall of Capeline stuff, so I've already started with just 2. These are the Shining series boards that I did, and this was the second to last series I did. These were my favorite, of course. Kind of a horror guy, you know, but classic horror movies. But this is my personal favorite, the back of it. This is the infamous carpeting. And yeah. Everyone who bought it, they're like, man, I don't even want to put grip tape on. I go, I feel you, I'd do the same. But I figured that you could put clear grip tape on, like, you'll see on my board that I just set up. Clear, yeah, and people are like, man, it's such sick grip tape, because it's not grip tape, it's the board. So they both have this. But eventually I have these all on there. And I'm working on a new series. Yeah, now I have to do, it's a knee brace with a calf, like the full calf. Usually I just did a knee brace. Now it's full calf, and then I have to have 2 ankle braces. So one here, and then also got a nice little shinner yesterday. I also have to run the knee brace on this side. This was a cool company called The Cream, but it's my friend from Australia, who I actually met through buying the stuff from Australia. He sent it, and then he moved here and was doing it for a while, and then he just recently moved back, but The Cream is no longer. He's not doing it anymore. So, but I bought a few before he left, and this stuff really helps when you're over 40. But yeah, you guys ready to go?
Ready to go.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Where your setup, Ron?
Oh,
You got the clear grip, at least in one spot, right?
Yeah.
We just talked about that at the crib.
Yep.
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't, it's so hard to cover that up. I love that so much, but
Yeah.
got Jack. If you're a Shining fan, you know this scene, but the Capeline. Got my Bones, you know, I got a rep. Got Ace trucks, Bones wheels, Bones bearings, of course. Yeah, got a new, always got to put together a new one. For the day in the life only. Usually I try to ride my board.
To the death?
I mean, not to the death, but I try to ride it out for a minute, you know?
Yeah.
Try to conserve,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, just put on a new setup, Powell flight board. My buddy DeVille's the TM for Powell. Got my Capeline sticker from my buddy Ron. My friend Ian made these stickers. He does these like drawings and stuff. This is an old Tom Penny photo. And then this is from Chart House Film. A friend of mine, Andrew, it's his video production company.
Nice, man.
So, of course, Swiss and Bones wheels.
Woo!
And don't tell Vern, but we got some Tensor mag lights to
Vern don't like
it
Tensor?
out. Oh no.
Vern ain't messing with it?
He will give me some shit for those. No
Oh
problem.
man.
But there it is.
in the building. Michael Bell Films in the building. You already know what it is. J-Quan Sundays, we outside.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's up, Ron?
I gotta go over here, hide, and do my
stretch?
40-year-old stretch.
You said the 40-year-old stretch?
Oh shit. Just yeah. This is how we can stay limber, I guess, or how I'd like to stay limber. If I don't do this, it's hard to skate.
Right.
I mean, you see all my pads, my braces, and all that stuff that I gotta wear. So, but this helps. This helps. Oh, you want to see how I warm up? I'll show you. Watch this. That's my warm up. That's your warm up? So, for the first like couple minutes or whatever, for the first like half hour, I don't hit my tail at all. So I slap it everything and I just wall ride, do little shove-its.
Yeah.
So, slappy that, wall ride that, slappy that, and not hit my tail once.
Let's do it.
You ready? Do a little slappy run. More slappies. That was sloppy.
Fucking Ron!
And I'm like, all right, let's film it. And then I did like this.
That's the worst possible way to lock
and
into
look
a
how
fucking
skinny
feeble.
this thing is.
Oh my god.
Kids kill this thing. They murder.
What
it.
year did you get rocked on this thing?
This must have been 97. Yeah,
Way
there wasn't
before my day.
This wasn't here.
The plaza
The
wasn't
plaza
skatable?
wasn't there. It was this or this.
Oh, it was the out ledges or
yeah.
this?
Yeah, that's all
Oh,
you
wow.
skated. You skated the out ledges or this.
Oh,
there was
okay.
no J-Quan. It was.
Oh, there wasn't.
This
okay.
was
Yeah.
shit. Let's see if I can remember. A little skate trivia for myself.
What the place was called before
This is
J-Con?
called something else. Yeah,
It wasn't just called Radio Korea?
No, it was.
So skaters had a name for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Before.
What do we
Okay.
call this thing? I'll remember in a
Well,
second.
we're always gonna have a name for it. Hopefully, it doesn't change again. But
That's J-Quan now. So Radio Korea. Just hold on. Let's see if Vern knows. Vern, what did we used to call this before it was J-Quan? What did we used to call this before it was J-Quan?
let's go over there.
Hey, okay. Two questions. Number one, what did we used to call this place before it was J-Quan? It was called
Beneficial.
Beneficial.
This was
See,
called
he knew.
Beneficial.
Okay, it was beneficial.
Yeah, because
that's
it
what we used to
used
call
to
it.
say
beneficial building.
on
Yeah.
those signs
Okay.
down there when everyone was skating like
That's
the
what we used to
Capital
call it.
Edge.
And then,
And
okay,
it was
here.
like a beneficial bank used to be here.
So here's question two. What's the J stand for in J-Con?
I have no idea, man. Yo, because,
I never knew either.
Because there was one of these buildings, one of these signs like 10 years ago had a J in it. Like something here had a J.
And then y'all was like
this
Quan?
one's had Quan right here. So, and then when B-Dugs was here, B-Dugs was like, yo, J-Quan just flows off the tongue. Like, you know, B-Dugs, yeah, B-Dugs is like, yo, J-Quan or the Quan, like B-Dugs was like.
Brian Douglas used to always be up here, huh?
Because Brian Douglas used to be
He used to
here.
always be here.
Yeah.
Where's
You
he
don't live
at?
here anymore.
He moved back to Philly.
Case closed.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to ask
Well,
an OG.
Geez, they still call
Beneficial.
it beneficial.
That's what
like
I call it,
Lance
and I
Dawes, Guy,
Yeah,
all
called
them dudes still
beneficial
call it
back in the day.
beneficial.
The beneficial building.
Like Day One, they all call it beneficial.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, daughter.
Thank you, man. You got the original?
OG.
OG.
Always keep it OG. I get the PB acai.
Nice, bro.
Without the nibs.
Nice. Got that nice acai right there.
Let's try this one. I've never tried the Boba Time acai. This is my normal Sunday meal. I like acai on Sundays. I mean, I like it during the weekday too, but not a lot of acai places near my work. I work Monday through Friday. Gotta wake up at 5. Usually get out of about 6:37. But I usually enjoy acai when I can during the weekday at least once. But it's good. It's good tasting, not too heavy. Great for when you're skating. Yeah, but let's see how this Boba Time one is. Strawberries are good. Bananas are good for your potassium. This is how we stay young, kids. You gotta eat your potassium, your fruits, your vegetables, and yeah, stretch.
What's your name and where you from?
Danny Mercado. I'm from San Diego.
You from San Diego? Nice meeting you, bro. Hey, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Kevin Strick, and I currently live in San Diego, Ocean
Okay.
Beach. Here, Ron's day in the life. When I was a teenager and I was like, you know, in high school, a little skate rat or whatever, I'd see Ron in the 4-on-1s, in the early Acme video and the Channel 1 video, and so, you know, years go by and whatever, and then I start skating with him at bands, and it's still weird that, like, I still fan out a little bit. He doesn't know it, but even though we're friends, whatever, at this point, it's like, skating with Ron Reds, like, what?
We're always fans of each other, man, in skateboarding.
Got to,
You gotta
man.
be fans of each other.
Yeah, got to. Counts! Counts!
Yep. So I gotta stay hydrated, and I want to shout out my boys at Information, Aloha. They laced me up with this nice water case and this backpack, but I ride for a clothing company called Sha-lom. So shout out Sha-lom. But information, my boys from the 808. Thank you. Aloha. Keep me hydrated. Want some?
Thanks, dude.
It's that alkaline water. Hop here, it's easier. Look for my car. What do they say? That saying, don't stop jumping fences.
Yeah, never stop jumping fences.
But when you're 40, it still sucks. But let's see what I got. Oh yeah, it's way easy. Seconds, man, seconds. Going to the Bronson Canyon, the cave already? Where you going? You're gonna piss on everything.
Sick.
After a long day of skateboarding and eating acai, hanging out with friends, I'm ending the day doing one of my favorite things, which is karaoke. I'm Filipino, man. It's just in my culture.
Thanks. Thank you.
This is my boy Victor. He's the guy in the front. He will fuck you up if you come here and do some shit.
You need a table for two?
Four.
Four people? You want over there?
Yeah.
Me cueste llanto, yo te juro aunque te tengo que olvidar, te voy a olvidar, te voy a olvidar, aunque me cueste la vida y aunque me cueste llanto, mira, yo te juro que te tengo que olvidar. Ay, ay, ay.
Let's see if I can finish this day off. I almost forgot what I was singing. And now, the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more. You know what? Much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times. I'm sure you knew when I bit off more than I can chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think that I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is man? What he has got, if not himself, then he is not. To say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Been skateboarding all day, still can sing. Hot set, thank you guys.
That's a day in the life.
Yes. It was my way. All right. I'm exhausted.
That was killer. You did that, bro.
Remember that was Ron.
That's a rat.
Dude, that was a dope day in the life, man.
Thank you. It was exhausting.
I could tell, man. You guys skated everywhere.
I mean, we went from, true story, 10 a.m. to about 10:30 p.m. I mean, the whole day.
Yeah.
We went, again, started at my house, met up in Jaquan, of course, as you saw. Try to get acai bowl close to the place.
Hey, that thing looked pretty good.
It was delicious. I eat acai every Sunday, or I try to.
Yeah.
If I can, it's my favorite Sunday meal.
What is that?
One, it's a healthier type of lunch, versus going to get something heavy, like a burger or chicken.
Yeah.
And those are my favorites, chicken, but not for a Sunday skate. You want to eat something light so you can be light on the feet, and but it's also healthy. But acai is just a delicious fruit. So
always make sure it has peanut butter in it.
Yes, peanut butter will actually keep you fulfilled throughout the day until it's time for dinner.
Yeah.
That's like a workout guy secret.
That's a workout guy?
I'm not a workout guy, but I know that part.
So you hear that, workout
peanut butter.
guys, get that peanut butter. But no, that was sick, dude. I mean, what was your favorite thing about that day?
That we got everything accomplished, but seeing all the homies, that's always my favorite thing. I mean, that's a typical day in the life, is getting to see all my friends or people that I haven't seen in a long time, as there was a lot of things that weren't filmed, but I got to see a good portion of people I don't see on a day-to-day basis out at Jaquan.
I saw the Cooley thing pop
Cooley,
in.
yeah. I mean, Andrew Reynolds was there, Shane Heil was there. It was actually Shane Heil's birthday.
What?
So shout out and happy birthday to Shane.
Happy birthday.
Shane. Yeah, but we saw a lot of friends. That's why I like going up to Jaquan, is to see a lot of people I grew up with,
Because I used to skate there before it was Jaquan. It was
Beneficial.
Beneficial.
It's called Beneficial.
When you had that little, I remember you were talking about it. We just had that little stair set with the rails right there. That was it. Really.
Yeah.
And then you had the two things like that.
Yep, that was it. That was it. And there was no plaza to skate. There was just.
Because I remember you were talking about it, and I was like, yes, I remember that. That was it.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy what it's evolved to. But we got to be thankful to Cooley, our buddy Cooley, who he made that thing happen every Sunday. So
that's right.
Shout out Cooley, and shout out to all the people who fix the ledges every Sunday.
They fix it every Sunday?
Oh, every Sunday. Yeah, somebody goes there. It doesn't just magically, people think, oh yeah, it's just good. No, somebody goes there every Sunday morning before skaters get there early in the morning to fix the ledges.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
See,
they paint it, everything. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they fix it, they, what do you call it? What do they put on there?
Oh, the plexi, or not plexi, but
that stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They paint it, they wax it, they do everything. So there's some work that gets done to that spot just for everybody to skate it. And some people don't know, they're the unspoken heroes, but people go to there to put in work. So
I wonder
it's really cool.
I want to find out who did that.
You're gonna have to find out on your own. We can't reveal.
I know you can't say it, but I'm kind of curious. I might have to get them on and do a little interview.
Yeah.
Ask them why they go there every Sunday to do it.
There's
a lot of respect,
The same reason why we all get up to skateboard every Saturday and Sunday, even in our 30s and 40s and 20s and teens and whatever.
But we love it. We try Monday and Fridays, but that's the hardest.
Right. Totally. Yeah.
Because you get off at 5 or whatever you're doing in life, you're just like, I just want to chill.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Usually by Monday, I'm like, all right, I want to skate today, and it's hard after work, long day of work or long day of anything. Yeah.
And you have a lot of history in skateboarding. That you've been skateboarding for what, 30 something years, something like that?
30 plus years. Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Like, how does that make you feel?
Great. I'm honored to still be doing it, especially in my 40s now. I'm 45.
You don't look 45, dude.
Thank you.
Must be the Philippine.
Asian don't raisin. Asian don't raisin. No, but truthfully, and I'll tell you something, and I've said this before, skateboarding truly is a fountain of youth. Mm-hmm. It truly is. You talk to anybody who skateboards, and they'll tell you the same thing. But more importantly, if you look at them, you look at people who skateboard, there's something about skateboarding that keeps you youthful. It keeps you young. For the fact that, hey, we're still doing the same thing we've been doing our whole lives, that we started doing for fun, and we still do this because it's fun, not because it's our job. some people it's their job, but
Yeah.
for the ones who are still doing it for fun, it's just fun and it keeps us young at heart.
Yeah.
And that's what is truly the fountain of youth, I think.
No, I 100% agree with you because I mean, you think about it like what you said. I mean, I'm 48, so I mean, we've been skateboarding for so long, but we don't feel so
48?
young. We don't feel so old.
We don't.
You
No.
know? We still can hang with the 18-year-old,
Exactly.
19-year-old skaters somewhat. I'm not jumping my ass down a set of stairs and jumping some handrails or anything, but we can hang with them.
You can
know?
hang with them.
You know,
Yep.
that's definitely rad. And I mean, you rode for a lot of board brands too. What was your most favorite board brand ever? That's something that you will always cherish forever.
Well, I got to give a shout out to Marty Jimenez at Channel One for
A
giving.
lot of respect to Channel Y. I used to ride those back in the day.
Oh, nice. No, it was he was my first like big sponsor. Put me in ads. I mean, those ads weren't cheap, you know, and so like I didn't know until later on. I would go to him and it's like, hey, I got the photo for the next ad, and here's the one for the next ad. There's the next ad. He's like, well, hold on, Ron. Like, these ads are not cheap to, get. So, but no, it was a great time. This was early '90s, so 1993.
Yeah.
But we had a good crew, Acme Channel One squad. But it was fun. And what was funny, thinking back at those days, I mean, seeing people now, they get like 8 boards in their packages. I mean, we were getting 1 to 2 boards at most, but it didn't matter. We were just like stoked to get skateboards.
Yeah.
Free skateboards, free stickers, free T-shirts. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it was a different time. We're very thankful. I'm still thankful for all that they did. Like, and anytime I get anything free, still, it's like, wow, thank you very much.
So you would say Channel One is like your like brand or board brand that you like?
That was the brand that I was with the longest, and where people did recognize me. And again, they gave me ads, which was great.
And you had 411s.
411 was an interesting thing, and I love 411. A lot of people still remembered me from those 411s, and I was like, really? You guys saw that? People from like Europe and different parts of the country and all over the U.S. I'm like, wow. Like, I remember you from 411. I'm like, wow. Like Ron Resurrecion, how can you forget that? Like, I guess my last name, it helps.
How's that make you feel? Like people come up
Great.
to you?
No, I'm very appreciative of that. And so, like, for anybody to recognize me for anything, it's great. It's a great feeling to get recognized.
Yeah.
But, but just more importantly, that for doing something I love.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't get recognized for destroying something, or it wasn't like a fame for one time. It was like, oh, people still remember that. That was over, what was that? Yeah, over 25 something years ago.
Yeah, 25.
In the early 90s.
Yeah,
and so I'm just stoked to still be doing it. And we do a 411 reunion every year.
I saw that one.
Yeah, every single year on 411.
Y'all did it at Volcom this year.
We did it at Volcom this year.
Because usually you do it at Barracks.
Well, we do it wherever we can, really. And we try to mix it up. And I say we. I always say we, but I have no involvement with 411 other than I was in it.
Yeah.
But they're so cool to me that they invite me every year.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to do it again. It's going to be here. And I'm just honored to, be there.
Yeah.
And so, like, people like, oh, man, did you work there? I said, no, I just was in them.
I was like almost in everyone.
Yeah.
and then for skateboarding, like what got you into skateboarding? What drew you to start riding a board?
That's a good question.
I had to throw that one at you.
No, of course. So originally, a cousin of mine, he gave me this little wooden board, a little wooden, those 70s boards with the metal wheels. And whatever, it was just like back then it was just a toy. Whatever, like, oh, give it to Ronald and Raymond, because they're, kids. And my cousin didn't want to do anything with it, so gave it to us. And I used to ride in the backyard. We'd play with our toys, and then I'd ride the skateboard. I started to notice that it was fairly easier to do than ride my bike. I mean, as far as trick-wise goes.
Yeah.
This is funny, my first ramp that I ever built wasn't a ramp. I had this plywood piece of wood, and I put it on the back of a wall. I had this like real narrow sidewalk in the back, and I put it against the wall. Just nothing else, just put the plywood against the wall.
And you're like.
And it was just like this, against the wall. and I would ride up and down, and that was like, you know, my first experience on a skateboard. And you know, every once in a while I would just fall down. Again, like it's just that's all it was a plywood against the wall. But anyways, my mother noticed that I really enjoyed the skateboard, and it was just one crappy board. And my brother and I used to fight, like physically fight over it, you know. And
brothers, right?
Yeah, brothers, exactly.
Tell me about those.
Siblings. So I was also. This is a silly story, but I was in the ninjas back then too.
Turtle ninjas?
Like, no, this is long before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
But like real ninjas, you know, like the whole culture of ninjas. I was into like karate and kung fu and all that, but ninjas, specifically ninjas.
So you wanted to be a ninja when you were? I
wanted to be a ninja. So, anyways, my mother bought me and my brother ninja skateboards. You remember those? Yeah, a lot of people had those.
I remember those.
She bought us ninja skateboards.
I had the ant boards with all the ants on it.
Rad.
So sick. I remember the ninja one.
Yeah, ninja. A lot of people had the ninja boards because that was what they made. They either had a Kamikaze, which came at Price Club, right? Or you got the ninja boards, which is what they sold at the swap meet.
Yeah.
So they got me that, and then I really enjoyed skateboard. Me and my brother would just ride on our butts on the little hills, little inclines, you know, and eventually I continued doing it. My brother stopped, but my brother did learn how to ollie before me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he was before you?
Before me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were like, that ollie, that's not real. Like, that doesn't exist.
So you're like, I'm doing better than you.
Well, yeah. Eventually, I tried, and then I figured it out finally. But it was like a myth to us, like an ollie. Yeah, right. You can't do that without, you know, it has to go off a crack or a bump or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we learned it. I learned it even. He learned it first, and then I learned it.
You showed him what's up.
Yeah, and then he quit. Maybe that's why he quit.
Because you shut him up. You're like, all right, you're done, dude. We're out of here. Boom.
Yeah.
Got to go. Time for me to shine. Well, that's pretty
rad.
rad.
I kept it going.
That's pretty rad. And so then you kept that going, and then that's what made you start loving skateboarding. Because you felt like that. What made you different, or helped you out, or what?
So here's what happened. And people ask me all the time, like, "Oh, you don't like sports or anything like that?" I go, "I tried all of it. I did baseball, basketball, soccer, football, all of the sports, you know, and they all had the same kind of thing, which was like a team type thing, you know. And I'm not. I like to be an individualist, you know, even when I was a kid. So when I found skateboarding, I'm like, oh, I could do this on my own. I don't need like a coach. Or I don't need to show up to, like, practice on time. I can just go and do this on my own in my backyard. And I'll tell you what really got me. I went to go get my first skateboard at a spot in Cyprus called Spectrum Skateboards. And whatever, I went in there, they're really cool, which is, you know, a different experience that I hear about than in other episodes of things that they didn't really have a good experience, but I did. You know, these guys were like, hey, you know, like, you know, what do you want to spend? And, you know, like, and I told them what board I wanted. I wanted a Vision Gator.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I got. I got a Vision Gator. But no, but anyways, the second time I went in there, you know, I was so excited to go back in the skate shop, and wow, this is such a cool culture.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, there's a demo up the street if you want to go watch it. And so I had my mom drive us at the time. It was just up the street, and we went to check this out, and I saw, you know, all these jump ramps and people doing tricks off the jump ramps, and right then and there, I was like, oh, I love this. I want to keep doing this. And here I am, 30-something plus years later.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, still in love with it as I was when I first started, you know.
And do you remember your first contest? Were you nervous at your first contest?
Of course.
How old were you when your first contest?
I couldn't remember. I couldn't tell you. Maybe I was 12.
Was it like a castle contest?
No. We used to have local. I shouldn't say we. There was local contests like LA contests. There was one in Bell Gardens.
Okay.
One in Bell. I remember those, and like, oh man, I like super nervous. You know, like I probably fell off the ramp a few times. You know, like just trying to go up it. But yeah, it took me a while to get like the nerves to wear off at contest, but when I did, and I was like, oh, okay. All you have to do is just pretend like you're skating every day, you know, and you just get more comfortable on a skateboard. But yeah, I used to enjoy contests.
Really?
I was talking to Carl about it earlier, like we used to skate contests. Yeah, I used to do good. Oh, you didn't do good? Oh.
Carl didn't do good.
Carl didn't do good.
And you have a lifestyle skateboard brand.
I do.
Tell us about this.
So in 2006, I'd always wanted to start a hat brand, is what originally, because back when I was working at Elwood and Aesthetics, I noticed that.
I was a sales rep for Elwood back in the
Were
day.
you?
In Florida.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, cool.
Long time ago.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Oh, I didn't know that. We're brothers. We didn't know it.
Elwood was a tight brand, dude.
It was. It is.
It still is.
And on a side note, Sal told me he's got the name back. So
good.
I think he's going to do something with it. I hope Sal do something with it.
Please knock on wood on that.
But no, back in those days when I was a sales rep, I just noticed, these particular hats. Like the Burberry hats were my favorite back then. This is like 1998, but you couldn't get them. I couldn't find them.
Yeah.
Like I found a few, and I'm like, these are fantastic. And so I wanted to create a hat brand, and I had such a big support from all the accounts that I had. They said, whatever you make, Ron, we'll buy. So I wanted to make a hat brand. Didn't have the capital to do it though back then. So finally in 2000 and what would that be? 2006, I finally had some additional cash that I can start a brand. And I'm like, okay, now it's time to do it. And originally it was a hat brand.
Okay.
And so I came up with my first line in 2007, after working on it for about a year and figuring it out, and the brand did great. Again, keep in mind, this is 2007. 2008 happened, and nobody knew 2008 was going to happen.
Yeah.
And everything took a turn for the worse.
Yep.
Nobody had a crystal ball, and a lot of brands went out of business.
Yep.
I decided to put my brand on the back burner. I said, I don't want to get rid of it because I put so much time and effort in, and I enjoyed doing what I did. I just put it on the back burner. I said, I'll get back to it when it's time.
Yeah.
And 2014, I got back, I was doing pretty well in my career at the time, outside of skateboarding. And so I had some additional cash, and I was like, maybe it's time to bring back Capline.
Yeah.
And I did in 2014. I brought some hats, I put the hats back out, and again, it was welcome back. I was thankful for them to, hey, welcome back, and people supported it again. I was like, cool. Did that for a while, did the hats and shirts.
Was it tough to run that?
No, not at all, because now we have social media.
Yeah.
See, when I first started,
there was no social media.
There was no social media. So I mean, here's a story. Because I'm from an older era where in sales, we were either calling the guys right away or hey, we got this stuff in, or I was faxing people or just mailing out physical catalogs.
Or you had the road reps out.
Or you had the road reps, and I had them.
Yeah.
I had road reps. I was faxing. I was there was some emails, and I was calling.
Yeah.
And that's how I created business. There was no internet.
No.
I mean, there was, but it was still somewhat small.
It was still coming up.
Yeah, it was still coming up. There was no social media, so
Yeah.
you couldn't just promote. Hey, here's our brand.
Here's so and
Yeah.
so rocking our brand.
Yeah, and so I mean, I had to buy catalogs. 1,000 catalogs. It's expensive.
No,
when
it is
you're a
expensive.
small brand.
Yeah.
But I mailed them all out. That was expensive too. But anyways, I did it. That's how we did it back then. But anyways, 2014 happened, and brought it back, and it was welcomed back. And I did that for a while. In 2019, I'd always wanted to do skateboards. I'm like, it'd be cool to have skateboards. Just something I've always wanted to do. I'm like, and I knew enough people to figure out someone to make my boards, and I talked to actually right here in Oceanside, Rod James at Progress, and got him to make some of my. No, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Actually, I had somebody first that did it.
Don't forget anybody now.
No, 100%. Actually, I had another brand in San Diego to make my first batch, and they were great. Shout out to Clutch Distribution. But the second time around, they got a little busy, and they didn't, and I won't get into that detail, but they just were too busy to produce my boards. So I reached out to another brand, Rod James at Progress. We all know Rod.
Yeah.
Great guy. and
Love
he was
that
able
dude.
to press my boards. And so here's the thing with the first batch. First batch, was I did Large Marge, and I did the Headhunter from Beetlejuice.
I remember that one.
And people loved it.
I remember that
'cause
one.
that was the whole thing. I wanted to do something where people can relate to it and enjoy it. It wasn't like, I didn't want to be a skateboard brand, like a skateboard company, a new skateboard company, because there's a ton of those.
Yeah.
I want to do something where people pay an homage to something and people to enjoy it. Like, oh, that's cool.
More kind of collectibles.
Right,
kinda.
collectibles, exactly. And so those did fantastic. I'm like, whoa, okay. I sold out in they sold out in less than like a couple weeks. I was like, oh, maybe I'm onto something. So yeah, then I did my second batch. That one, which was the Goonie series, which I re-released those. It was the Chunk, the Truffle Shuffleboard, and then with also Sloth. And those things sold out even faster than the first boards, which is great. I couldn't believe it. I mean, less than 2 weeks, sold out.
Yeah.
And I did even more.
That's crazy.
And so I redid them again. Same thing, sold out again.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is wonderful, because the hats didn't sell out so fast.
So you're like kind of like, all right, we're gonna stop doing the hats.
No, I didn't stop. I just said, we'll put those ones kind of secondary, because the thing with hats is look, you don't have a hat on. I'm looking around. Not everybody has a hat on.
Yeah.
But so hats, what I learned is it's a luxury. Mm-hmm. It's not a luxury, but it's more like it's not a commodity. People don't really. Some people wear hats, some people don't.
Yeah. I wear hats when my hair grows out.
All right.
And it barely
Got
does.
But skateboards, and what I wanted to do was, again, with these graphics that I did, it was more of you could hang these on your wall. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have to skateboard. You can just enjoy movies and put it on your wall if you want.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, and they did great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And so and I've been doing it since 2019. We're now in 2023.
Yeah.
And I just keep doing homages to movies that I think people will enjoy, movies that I enjoy. And if nobody likes them, I've always said, if nobody likes them, I got boards to ride.
Exactly. Screw it.
So,
you got a whole box of boards.
Yeah. No, but luckily people like them.
Yeah. And do you
them.
You don't have people like movie rights hitting you up about copyright or anything like that with them, or do you tweak it a little bit, or you don't want to talk about it? I'm knock on wood.
We'll just leave that one alone.
All right. Well, no, it's definitely good. And then, how do you come up with your graphics? Do you come up with watch old movies and I'm gonna pick that one up?
It's all in the brain. It's all in the the files up here. I have a lot of I'm a big movie guy. I've always been a fan of movies and good TV shows, and usually the things that I pick are going to be something that people will remember. And if they don't remember it, it'll definitely be a graphic, like, for example, not everybody knew The Shining, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most people should, but
our age.
What am I going to do? Our age, yes.
Not the new Shining.
But here's what I realized. If you put something out there that people like, oh, that's pretty cool, they'll buy it anyways, which they have. I ride the boards right now, and people who might not know the movie, they're still like, oh, that's a cool graphic. I'm like, thank you. I don't tell them that it's mine. I'm like, yeah, go buy yours at capaline.com. No, I'm like, thank you. Again, it's for the culture. This is all for the culture.
Hell yeah.
As long as people are enjoying what I'm, what comes out, like, I'm happy to add to the culture.
And you're having fun with it. That's
Absolutely. And it's super fun. It's super fun to come up with graphics. I got some new ones coming up.
I was about to ask you that. So.
And I get excited every time that I got new ones coming up, because it's just to add on to what I've done, and these new ones that are going to come out,
Pretty
which
sick.
I've got like.
You don't want to give a secret?
Oh
about
no,
it? Okay.
no.
So you hear that? You got to wait and sit
You
back
gotta
and
wait.
wait.
I never. And people, my good friends, they always ask me. Heck, I got my friend Kevin Strick over there. He asks me all the time, and he might be the only one that gets to know. Because he has to do my commercials.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
But that's him. But everybody else, it's like my Halloween costumes. People ask me all the time, like, hey man, what are you gonna be? I go, you gotta wait, dude. Yeah, people are like, what's the next graphic? Or people, now people will send me stuff, and they're like, you should do this.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, because they know that they've caught the theme. Mm-hmm. They see that like I'm into like movies, and I do a lot of cool like homages to things.
You should do RoboCop.
See? I just got another one. Look at this.
RoboCop be dope. Sorry. Huh?
No, he did the Terminator. But RoboCop is a good one. But no,
that's a classic.
there's so many that you can do.
Okay.
That's what's great about this. And again, as I mentioned, and I always say this, I didn't do this to make another skateboard brand because there's a ton of them. All I want is to present something that like is meaningful to me, and that people can enjoy, that you can hang on your wall or you could ride it on the streets. And so far people have enjoyed it, and I'm thankful for that. So thank you all, Capeline supporters.
So where can people who are not Capeline supporters buy your stuff at?
Well, I mean, you can definitely go to capeline.com. Now let me spell it. It is CAPPELINE.
Make sure you look in there and tell them.
Yeah, because it is. It's a word. It's an actual word, believe it or not.
What does it mean? Can I ask you?
Yeah, it was a medieval hat. They used to wear it in the war. So like, when people would get hurt, they would wrap it around, and so it was a hat like in the medieval times.
Okay.
But I also looked, when I was looking up names to do it, and it was one of the terms was modern day hat. I was like,
perfect.
There it is.
Sold right there.
But it's spelled CAPELINE. So there's one P. So I thought two P's would look better.
Oh yeah.
But people think it's Capellini, Capeline. My good friend Kevin over there, he still says Capeline. I go, dude, you've known about the brand for.
And how long has he known you?
Oh, I've known him forever, but he's known about the brand for a long time. But it's Capeline. That's the proper pronunciation.
Hold on, let's bring Kevin on. Come on, Kevin, come on.
Yeah, get on here.
Yeah, come on, Kevin.
Let's introduce Kevin. Hey.
What up, dude?
There you go. I'll hand you this mic right here.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Let me undo this mic. We'll talk to you a little bit. There you go.
There we go. You get the big one.
You get the big one, dude.
Put it near your mouth.
Okay.
So how you guys know each other?
Well, I used to watch Ron in 411 way back when I was a little skate rat teenager.
Okay.
And then, years go by, and I started skating at the Van Skate Park in Orange.
Okay.
And then through my friend DeVille Nunez, the Powell team.
Yeah, I know DeVille. Yeah.
And Ron was there, and it was of every Monday night thing. And for 5 years, 6 years, every Monday night we'd go and then get Denny's afterwards or something like that. And I'd always still fan out because he's like, oh my God, I'm skating with Ron Rez, this is legit. And then I started working at prior to that I was working at 4-on-1, and this filmer Alex Lewandowski came in with footage from, there was a spot in LA, this like abandoned warehouse, and he had some footage of Ron. I was like, who's this guy? And he's like, that's Ron Resurrecion. And I'm like, no way, he doesn't skate anymore. I haven't seen his name in years. No, that's not him. But sure enough, it was him. And then
I quit multiple times.
Quit multiple times?
Multiple times, yeah. I haven't quit since the last time I quit, but I quit multiple times.
And then you come back.
So people, so like him, people are like, you still skate? Oh yeah.
Still rips.
Thank you.
And so then I was an editor at 4-on-1 for a handful of years, and then so just as he was launching his brand and stuff, he'd hey, you think you can make this commercial or whatever, and he'd have his idea, and it's like, yeah, I'll do it.
Well, hold on, you did the commercial with the Beetlejuice thing?
Yeah.
Dude, that was a badass. I love that one. We put that in one of our seasons.
Yes.
One of our seasons,
the Goonies one and the Shiny one and the
I don't think I've seen the Goonie one. I might have. I might have watched that one.
The Pee Wee one as well.
Yep, he's done them all.
Large Marge.
He does them all.
He did a good job.
He does a great
thank
job.
you.
Well, that's what he does. He's the editor.
Yeah, I'm an editor.
I've got my team, and I always, I got my artist and I got my editor, and so people always ask, hey man, I want to do this for you, and I go, that's cool, I appreciate, wanting to help. This guy knows like what I would want, and then my artist knows what I would want, so like it's always good to have somebody that knows where your head is.
Yeah.
He'll send it to me, and I'm like, could we tweak that a little bit, and like, but for the most part, kills it every time. I mean, he's an editor.
Well, I mean, in the Fast Times as well, it's a, Ron's got like a particular frame and stuff from, the movie or whatever the source is, and so it's just leading to that and then transferring it to the graphic and like, boom, there it is. available now. And
Dude, that's rad.
Sizes and whatnot. So.
Dude, you guys are a good team.
Yeah, it's cool.
It helps
like,
when you like the
know,
person that you're working with.
Well, yeah, and as well, like he was saying earlier, it's like all for skateboarding. So it's like, you know, hey, give me a deck and I'll do this commercial and end of transaction, all good.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's good working with this guy. He's a full skate nerd, I'm sure he figured out and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely,
You know,
definitely.
You know what buttons to push once you know them. You know, it's always fun.
Yeah, see his hands going like, oh shit, he's
Yeah.
giving way too much secrets right now. and you can stay on before we take off. You do karaoke. And I know we saw that in the Day in the Life. We saw that in Day in the Life.
I'm Filipino, man. It's just in my blood.
And it was. What got you
instilled
into,
in.
what got you into it? Family, parents grew you up on that?
Well,
or what?
yeah. So the funny thing is, and this has nothing to do with me doing karaoke now, because it's ironic that I do it late now in my 40s, which a lot of Filipino families do. But yeah, when I was little, we had a karaoke machine, and we would just sing, you know, for no reason.
Yeah.
That's weird, you know. But at family parties, we'd bring the karaoke machine, or they'd have one at the family party, and we would sing. But anyways. Once my voice changed, I actually used to sing. I did used to sing, but once my voice changed, I'm like, oh, screw that, I'm done with that. But yeah, I used to do like all kinds of stuff. Anyways, years later, and what I was doing was I got into stand-up comedy, and I did that for 2 years. That was fantastic. It was fun. I finally did it after multiple years.
Did you do the comedy stuff with him?
No, he was very secretive and territorial about the comedy stuff.
Really?
So
you didn't know
A lot of people didn't know. I did.
I didn't know that either until you said it now.
We
posted a
did
few
it,
times.
but he wouldn't tell us ever when and where.
Because I would have gone and seen that.
Oh, of course. So
I invited
we
people
all
to the
would've
big one,
gone
the big show.
And fully, like, you know, made a loud crowd out of it. And, you know, so he was smart and, like, not telling us what he was doing.
But I was doing stand-up comedy for a bit, and then COVID happened, pandemic happened, and so that did away with getting to go on stage and perform, and you know, because the comedy clubs like shut down.
Yeah.
You couldn't have, you know, crowd interaction, and so when they started letting people back into the comedy clubs, you know, it took me so long to go up to do stand-up comedy, like the fear.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's why most people won't do it, because they're scared to go up there. I'm not scared to go on the stage, but scared to tell jokes in front of a bunch of people and hope they laugh.
And they all look at you.
Yeah.
You hear crickets.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to think about. It gives you anxiety. Yeah. But I did it because I don't mind the crowd. It's just, again, getting people to laugh. So anyways, long story short, when they started letting people back in, I just wanted that feeling again, you know, to be back on the stage. I love the stage. I'm a performer.
I can tell. He has a big smile on his face when he says that.
But I started going to friends of mine, Chad Fernandez and Pat Hergens. They invited me to a karaoke spot called Brass Monkey. And I'm not kidding. Since then, and I've since become a local, which you've seen Brass Monkey in my edit. That's where I ended. Every Tuesday, I've just been going because I like the vibe there. You know, I like the vibe there, but just getting to perform. I've always wanted to be in a band, but I wanted to be the front man. You know, I wanted to be David Lee Roth. You know, I wanted to be, you know,
with the blonde locks.
Yeah, everybody. I wanted to be Gene Simmons. You know, I want to be the top or the front guy.
Yeah.
You know, the singer. So, you know, I never got to do that. So if you do karaoke, you know, you're one-man show.
Yeah.
You know, but you got the music behind you, and I love the mic.
And you know what? You think about it, like skateboarding, kung fu, comedy, and all that skateboarding has helped you where you're at.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about it. That's what I was coming at. Skateboarding.
I attribute skateboarding to everything in my life that's come. Whether I do mortgage refinancing, and it all stems somewhere from skateboarding. I mean, somehow the way that I think and you know where it's got me. You know, I got in the car business because of skateboarding. I know it sounds weird, but it's all connected. A friend of mine, Andy Netkin, his dad was a general manager at a car dealership, and you know, like I told him I needed a job, and ended up, you know, I didn't actually end up working for him because it was too far from my house, but I ended up going to car business anyways, but it was the idea. I would have never thought about going to car sales.
Yeah.
But because of skateboarding, I did.
Because you already had sales background.
Right? I have sales background, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Skateboarding is just the way it's formed my life. It's been wonderful. So I attribute skateboarding everything, and I'm thankful for it every day that I picked up that board.
Oh yeah.
I'm still doing it now.
And before we take off, look in that camera and tell the next generation, what's it like being a pro skater or am skater, or what can they do to be better themselves in lives?
Well,
I'll do another one at you.
All right, yeah, thanks, man. Wow. I mean, all I could say is enjoy what you're doing. Don't go after the sponsorship. Don't get in it and try to do it for those reasons. Do it because you love it. And if you enjoy it long enough and you're passionate about it long enough, it'll come. If it's meant to, or if it's not meant to. But either way, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, that's the secret. Just enjoy what you're doing, and that's in anything, not even just skateboarding. If you love what you're doing, and it gives you a rush, and it keeps you happy, that's the secret to life. In general.
100.
Do something that you enjoy.
Yep.
And keep you happy.
You got something you want to say, Kev?
I'd say the exact same thing. My career started with editing a 4-in-1 and just making videos, and I'm still a video editor. And I'm like, people pay me to just do what I love doing.
Do what you love. Yeah.
Winning,
Yeah.
So, and it keeps us still skating today. Because we're not stressed out over
Exactly.
sponsorships and the pressure of all that. We're just going out and enjoying doing a board slide on a curb.
Exactly.
Hanging with your friends. That's great.
That's 100%.
At our age.
Yeah. We're only 28.
I mean,
right?
I'm still 21 and a half.
Yeah.
Big half.
Mental age and a physical age.
Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Well, this is a wrap for TSM Live Show, Season 6, Episode 4. I'm the host, Tommie Zam. I want to say thanks to Shootz for having us film this episode.
Great.
I want to say thanks to our sponsors for making this season happen. Thanks to our guests right here.
Thank you.
Right here. Thank our guests. There's Rowdy back there.
Thank you, Rowdy.
Thanks, Rowdy.
Hey, Rowdy.
For coming on this episode of True Skateboard Mag Live Show. And tune in next month because we are hitting the road with this show. Woo!